Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Tyra, aka My Type 4 Hair. If you're new here, hi, hello, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're talking detangling brushes, my top 3 detangling brushes, why I like them, and we're gonna go ahead and just get right into the video. I am the type of person who am very careful about detangling brushes that I put on my hair. Like, it's very easy for me to spot if I like a detangling brush or not just off of the first brush. Like, as soon as I swipe it across my hair and I feel like something's not right, and I know I was very careful and gentle with my hair, and if it doesn't feel right, I'm not using it. I'm not ashamed to throw away a detangling brush at all. I've thrown away a lot of them in my lifetime, and I will continue to throw them away if I don't feel like they're useful for my hair. We're gonna start off with the unbrush. So this unbrush is actually, put on the Fenty Skin Lip Hydration Plush Pudding, and like, it's building up. Okay. This is actually a newer color. This is from the pastel collection, and I actually opened it up this morning because I got it as a gift as part of the CurlyCon VIP bag. I have a lot of unbrushes like in my closet, but I honestly need to throw all of those away and just keep this one because I don't really use the other ones. And it's just weird because I stopped using those because I found other ones that I like. The type of person that I am, all of it matters to me. Like, if it's not something vital that I need, of course I'm not gonna worry about the color. But if it's something where it's like, I'm bored of it, and honestly I can get another one day with a better color, I'll just wait and use it until then. But this is the pastel collection. This is a brush that I actually went and looked on their website yesterday, and I didn't even see the pastel collection, so I think that was just here for a limited time. But the crazy thing is that I was actually going to purchase this. I don't know when, because I wasn't rushing to do it because I have other brushes that I like. But I was like, if I do get one, I'm gonna get the pink pastel one. So I'm glad it was gifted to me as part of my gift bag. Anywho, moving on to the specs. This brush, I know it went viral on TikTok. Like, everybody was using it at one point. Everybody was using it on the TikTok shop to make the money because it was so viral. And understandably so, this is a very good detangling brush. If you're tender-headed, this is a brush that I will recommend for you. Like, my husband loves when I use this brush on his hair because it doesn't snag, it doesn't pull, and for some reason you're able to detangle your hair without it hurting. I still haven't figured that out because it's not like the teeth are just so revolutionary, but somehow it works really well. I have notes here so I can school you guys on this. So this brush is $18, which I did not know the unbrush spiked their prices up to $18, because I remember when this brush first came out, it was so cheap, like so cheap, like literally in the single digits, and now it's $18 because it's so popular. But the brush is $18. They have 3 different sizes for this brush. They have a regular, a mini, and a plus. The mini one is obviously like just mini, so a tiny one. This is the regular size. And then they have the plus. I do have the plus. Honestly, didn't like the way that it looked. It was the format of this, like, it wasn't that honeycomb format. It was like a circular. It was weird. I actually did not like it. I don't really think I used that one much at all. But the regular one is the one I would actually go with. So this brush is known to undo, unbrush, and unknot. This brush also works well on wet and dry hair, which is interesting because there's a lot of brushes that only work well on wet hair. You can actually also use this brush on straight to curly hair. A lot of the detangling brushes out there works best on curly hair, so that's another good thing about this one. And then this one has 105 dual length bristles. So I don't know if you can see, but there are longer and shorter bristles. I don't know exactly scientifically like what that helps with, but it just says that there are 105 of them. That's pretty much all about this brush. I really do like it, and I for sure will be bringing this back in rotation, definitely because it's pink, and there are some days that I do like to switch up my brushes. But I would probably, on a scale of 1 to 10, give this one an 8.5. The next brush is one that I literally just started using because I received it as a gift. And I remember everybody used to talk about this particular brush for years, and I never really did any research about it. I just knew it was a popular detangling brush for a type 4 hair. But it is the Felicia Leatherwood brush. This is a Felicia Leatherwood brush. This brush is the most expensive brush out of all three that I own. This brush is $21.99. This one was created by a curly hair expert hairstylist with tight textures in mind. It was known as the best detangling brush on the market for textured type 4 hair. Of course, there's other brushes that have come out and people like those too, but as far as like an OG, this is the OG, apparently. A lot of the detangling brushes you see today on the market has like the individual, like little, I don't even know what you call these, but this brush do have that. So I'm wondering if this is what started it all, because it looks like a lot of the brushes that come out today, they try to replicate that same look, which is interesting. So again, this brush is $21.99. It is great for wet and dry hair, which is great to hear. It is very flexible, so it bends at the shape of your curl. Another great thing about this brush is that it signals you when it's time for a trim, which that kind of was a very interesting like spark when I read it on the website. But apparently when you're using this brush, it signals you to pause at your ends when you need a trim. I am on top of my hair care routine. It's really rare that my ends just feel terrible, unless I've probably been months and months without a trim. So I'm interested to see this on like in real time for someone who doesn't really take care of their ends and need one. But I'm assuming that's why it's so expensive, is because of that single-handed feature right there. Is honestly, I feel like any brush will do that regardless of what type of brush it is. Like if you have terrible ends, it's going to show and you're going to feel it when you're detangling. So I don't know if that part is like so revolutionary where it's like, and that's why it's $21.99. Like no, because any brush can do that. But I thought that was interesting that they added that as a plus on the website. But yeah, this is the Felicia Leatherwood. Again, I still can't believe I got my hands on it, because it's one of those things that I was not going to buy it unless like I was really struggling with the detangling brushes that I have, and I'm like, okay, let me finally splurge on this brush. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest, and when they sent it to me in a PR box, I literally screamed, like literally. So it's a great brush. I see why a lot of people like it, and I don't plan on putting it down anytime soon. I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna rate it, like a solid rate. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. So this last brush is a brush that I received this brush in PR about 3 years ago when I first started creating online. The brand sent me an array, well, it was like a few, it was like 3 different types of brushes. I had heard of the brand before, never really used their products, so I just thought that like maybe it was for looser, much looser texture hair. And I remember having the brush for years, not really knowing how to use it, because at that time I didn't like, I have stages in my life where I took care of my hair better, and during the time that I received this brush, I wasn't taking care of my hair as best as I could, so I didn't really know how to properly use this brush. Now looking back at it, this was the best detangling brush that I had in my stash. That is the Tangle Teaser. I know it has some hair in it, so excuse me for that, but the Tangle Teaser is probably, all of these brushes are my favorite because obviously they're top 3. But if I had to rate 1 through 3, Tangle, Felicia, brush. This brush is very interesting. So let's go ahead and get into the specs. So this brush is $15.99. So this is the cheapest out of all 3 of the brushes that I showed you. This brush was made for type 3C to 4C hair. They have 4 different styles of brushes. Okay, so within this style of brush, there's 4 different kinds with this style. There is the Ultimate Detangler the Ultimate Detangler for naturally curly hair, which is this one. They have the Ultimate Detangler for fine and fragile hair, Ultimate Detangler for plant brush, so if you're like very eco style, you know. And then they have the Ultimate Detangler, like just Ultimate Detangler. This is for naturally curly hair. And I love that they took their time out to separate the different types of brushes based off the curls that you have, because there's not, the whole statement of one size fit all, just don't, that's not a thing. When it comes to clothes, when it comes to makeup, when it comes to hair care, that's not a thing. Every piece of hair and strand on someone's head is different from the next. So I love that this is specifically for tighter texture coils and curls. And I can see how it works like that. I can see why. This brush also have 2-tiered teeth, similar to the unbrush, but much different in terms of the way that it was designed. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm gonna try to focus. You can see that row of teeth that's shorter than here. The longer teeth being firmer to actually help you get rid of those knots. The shorter teeth being, it helps you reduce the frizz. So I don't know if you ever paid attention, like when you brush your hair becomes really puffy and frizzy. This was designed to eliminate that from happening while you detangle your hair. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. One of the main things that separates this brush from the rest of them is that this brush was specifically designed for wet hair. You cannot use this brush on dry hair. Honestly, I would hate for somebody to do that. Honestly, I feel like I've seen people do that before. I wouldn't suggest it, but I strictly use this in the shower. Honestly, you will never catch me using any of these brushes outside the shower. When I detangle my hair, that's for the shower, and I don't brush it again after, because one, mechanical manipulation. Two, you're just tearing out extra hair that you could just detangle with your fingers. And if you detangle great enough in the shower, you shouldn't have to re-detangle outside the shower. Unless you're like, the only time you should really be using a tool outside the shower is if you're like parting your hair. I 1000% recommend it. And again, this was the cheapest out of all, which I was pleasantly surprised upon research, because you would just think that, I don't know, this one would probably be a little bit less expensive than this one. I don't know. But for this to be the most expensive, this to be the cheapest, and this to be like that middle ground, which I don't even know why this is $18. I don't know why, but viral things make prices rise. So if I was to rate this out of 1 to 10, this will definitely be a 10. My favorite thing about this brush is that it really is intricate with your knots. Like, it is intricate with going through your little strands. And none of these brushes have those intricate teeth like that. Like, this is so great for type 4 hair because we get split ends, we get knots, we get fairy knots. This is just so intricate with the way that it goes through your hair. The only thing I will say is, if you don't know how to use it, it's very easy for somebody not to like this if you don't know how to use it. There's not a knot in sight. There's not a knot, a tangle in sight. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions about this brush. Again, love all these brushes down for different reasons. And I definitely will need to start rotating through them again, just because, like, once I get fixated on one thing, I kind of just keep it. Lately, I've been using this the most because this is literally like the newest one that I have, and it's Felicia Leatherwood, so I'm like, I'm gonna use it. But these are my top 3 brushes. I'm gonna have these all listed down in my Amazon storefront, so if you wanna purchase, just pop on over there and you will be able to purchase any of these brushes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you would like for me to do a series on detangling your hair. I'm gonna do kind of like a project where I detangle my hair with all 3 of these brushes, like individually, and then I come back and give you like a grand synopsis on how I truly feel about each brush and which one took the most time detangling, and just how I feel like in the current time. So let me know if you want to see that, because I feel like I kind of want to do that. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. I hope you guys learned something today. Again, don't forget to head over to my Amazon storefront to shop all the products that you saw in my videos. And I will see you guys for another video soon. Bye. Mwah.